Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of FHS podcast. Future Hospitality Summit World 2024 is less than 4 weeks away, and we're all very much looking forward to delivering an exceptional program and gather more than 15, even 1,600 delegates. In this edition of the podcast, I have a great pleasure to welcome the Managing Director of 2014 Holdings, Mr. Adeeb Ahamed. Adeeb, welcome. It's a great pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much, Marina. I think it's always a pleasure to be with the Future Hospitality Summit and the team. I've been doing this for last couple of years, and every year, it's a new learning for me. So that's what I'm so excited about.
Adeeb, I'll do a little bit more of the intro, even though I'm sure it's not really necessary and everyone knows who you are. But Adeeb has been, he's the Managing Director of 2014 Holdings, which was established in 2014. And at the moment, it has over $650 million US dollars invested in several luxury hospitality assets around the UK, Europe, India, and GCC. Except for that, Adeeb, you have been awarded as the Forbes Top Travel and Tourism Leader in the Middle East in this year, 2024. And except for that, you also founded in 2009 Lulu Financing, a company that is a conglomerate in the world. So can I first ask you, do you ever sleep?
Absolutely. The 8-hour sleep is very important, so I don't miss it any day.
Wonderful. Can you share a little bit more information about the company before we head to the questions that I have about the markets?
Great. The 2014 Holding is actually a passion project that was started by ourselves. It's predominantly to invest in hospitality and go back to its roots. Properties that we invest worldwide, we always look at investing in not just a hospitality asset, but also trying to bring in the culture and the people around it to say a story. So actually at 2014 Holdings, we always say that we are a storyteller. We say the story of the destination that we are present in. We say that, it's about the people that inhabited that place. It's about the location that we are present inside and what we could offer to our clientele when they walk in through our doors. So it's a many aspect, and in short, we always say, we are just a storyteller. We believe at 2014 that travel is always a collective story. We believe that travel is a collective story, one that is set with destination at its background. Predominantly, the reason for this is that, in today's generation where millennials and the Generation Z look to take a larger share of the outbound travel market, they're all very influenced with the social media, They want to be part of the storytelling that somebody else have done it before them, and they want to do it and experience it at first hand. And that is what inclines them to do more and more travel.
So as the new generations are coming into the market and becoming a bigger part of the entire tourism sector, what do you see that the market trends will be in the future, and which ones are you mostly excited about?
If you really look at the global travel and tourism segment, I still believe that around 70 to 75% of the market is still controlled by domestic travels or close locality travels. Of course, as we all know, US leads the way when it comes to the domestic market, and followed by China, and China hoping to overtake US in some time in the near future. Apart from that, what mostly excites us is Southeast Asia and India being a key driver of future hospitality and tourism growth. From the recent data published by various authorities, India is seeing a 9% year-on-year growth when it comes to outbound travel. And that's a huge segment for itself, And this is poised to continue over till 2030 and beyond, making India to be a global spender. In the year 2023, India looked at spending close to around $18 billion US for their international travels. This number is going to go up towards around $50 billion US by the year 2030. This is a very key important market. But for us in 2014, what excites us more is the domestic piece that India holds, and India has the huge potential to take up. I think the India's domestic tourism market is still at a very nascent stage, and over the next decade or so, you would see it impounding and growing at a very fast pace. Today, I think so, India stands around 6th largest when it comes to tourism and travel market. I think so over the next decade, we would see it rising up the rank and reaching close to around 4th or 3rd or 4th largest travel and tourism market.
Do you plan to go, so what are your development plans in the future? Do you plan to go further into India investments, or what are the markets on your focus?
I think so, the COVID is not to be spoken about. I think it has now become a thing of the past. But, the fact needs to be accepted. We're just getting out of a COVID era. To launch hospitality investment companies such as us, it was a very difficult era that we have passed through. Today, 4 to 5 years down the lane, we've now seen that, many of the markets have clinched back and, reached almost 75 to 100%. And certain market has performed itself and has grown beyond what the pre-COVID levels. What excites us today is post a consolidation period of last 4 to 5 years, we're looking at new opportunities that we can now start investing upon. India is going to be one of the key markets that we will look upon to invest on our future projects. Similarly, what excites us is also the news of having a single visa program that has been launched in the GCC market, where international tourists can now come inside and with one visa, they'll be able to travel around the GCC market as such. I think so this also gives us a poison to look at the GCC market as much more influential. Saudi opening up to a large scale when it comes to new tourism's mega projects, giga projects. I think so a lot of this will start seeing the curtain being raised in the year 25, 26 and going forward. So I think so Saudi plays a very important aspect. Combining these markets with the existing mature markets like UAE, Oman, Qatar, and now Saudi becoming more viable, more opening up to the tourism sector. I think so this region is poised to play a very important aspect in the coming years.
Adeeb, when you do, there's plenty of deals that are going through both the Lulu financing and the 2014 holding. But what excites you the most, you personally? Is it a new development, new purchase, a new opening, or a sale of a property?
I think so. The most exciting would be development of a new project, because it's an open canvas, allows us to really look into what needs to be drawn, what are the new technology that could be embedded. So it's a very open canvas, and a lot could be envisioned to create a new set of projects out. But having said that, a greenfield, brownfield, or even acquisition has its own challenges and has its own opportunities. Opportunity on an acquisition is looking at how we could transform the property using the history that it has behind it. We did one such property in London in the year 2019 when we opened the doors of the Great Scotland Yard, which was the first building of the Scotland Yard and the Metropolitan Police. I think so we used the story around it and created a wonderful story down there. And when the property opened up in the December of 2019, it was well received by the guest. Of course, rest is history. We went through a very tough time holding up the property. But now that the revival of tourism back into UK, it gives the property again a chance to tell its story back to the guests who are walking through its doors. So it's a wonderful aspect, whether it is greenfield, brownfield, or an acquisition. The least favorite should be a sale off. But in an industry such as us, we also look at the lifespan where we hold the property. And when we feel that, it has reached a certain lifespan, we'll have to unlock the value so that we could do much more properties. So there needs to be also a sale aspect towards every property that we hold, and we do that at some point of time or the other.
Exactly. I think the sale is always it's the end of one story, but it's the beginning of a new one. So
Absolutely. Well said.
it is an important part. Adeeb, thank you very much for all the information that you've shared today with us. I think that the upcoming FHS world will be the most interesting and the most exciting that we've seen until now. And I can say from the entire industry that we are very much looking forward to seeing where the 2014 Holdings will be investing in the future and what new projects you will be bringing to the market. Thank you so much for the participation today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in Dubai in just a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Marina. I look forward to being part of the FHS, and I'm sure that, like all the years, there is something new that I would get to learn from it. Thank you.
Thank you.